Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be speaking about this concept whether are you really aware that you may be paying 15-20 lakhs extra for your own house? So, today we will look to cover these topics in our video. RBI repo rate cut and impact on home loans, current rates on home loan and your existing loan rate, interest rate outlook from here on, and why is it possibly the best time to do a switch or a review of your home loan. So RBI interest rate action in 2025, in the last 6 months itself, since February's meeting, they've cut the repo rates by almost 1%, which is 100 basis points. So impact on home loans, most of the repo rate home loans have been brought down by 0.75 to 1%. What this 1% means is actually 1 crore outstanding, the EMI can come down by almost about 6,300 rupees. And over a 20-year period, this could mean a savings of almost 16 lakh rupees on your loan. So 1% less today could mean up to 16 lakhs lesser of interest for a crore. Of course, if it's 50 lakhs, if it's 2 crores, depends on that, but proportionately that will vary. So that is what RBI has done. But what is the actual loan situation today? More than 60% of people's loans are not linked to repo, and loan rates currently, to so many people that I've been speaking to and checking with, the rates are between 9 and 9.5%, whereas the new loans, they're coming at on an average 7.5 to 7.75. There are some people who've got it at 7.35 as well, but on an average, this is the rate. So it means that someone with a 1 crore loan could easily end up paying anywhere between 15 to 25 lakhs higher interest just because you didn't know about whether your loan is linked with repo or base rate or PLR or MCLR. There are so many rates which have come over the years. Banks will not reduce your rates voluntarily unless you ask them to. And of course, they'll ask for a processing fee as well. Interest rate outlook, while most of the rate cuts are done, depending on the global situation, we may get another 0.25%, best case 0.5% cut over the next 3 to 4 months. But we really need to see what will happen because the impact might not be as much unless something globally changes very dramatically. What are the banks doing? Home loan spreads currently are at the lowest. But on the contrary, just this week, a couple of PSU banks have started increasing the spreads to protect their margins. So it is very likely that the other banks will also follow suit over the next 2, possibly 3 months. But coincidentally, we are at the start of the festive season. So in the next 6 to 8 weeks, we will have offers from various banks wherein their processing fees, legal charges, other charges will be either brought down to zero or reduced at least. So it could be a time to, you can say, look to switch banks if it's required or at least get the home loans repriced. So should you switch or should you reprice? Well, first option would be to reduce the rate with your existing bank. It saves the hassle of going through the whole process again with a fresh lender. But if the rate difference between your existing bank and the new bank is 0.2% or lesser, then don't even think of switching. Whereas if it's 0.3% or higher than that, then you should be looking at an option of switching banks. Based on tenure, if your tenure outstanding is less than 5 years, you will not really benefit much after all the exercise that you do to switch the banks, unless your difference in the interest rate will be more than 0.5. Some of the banks like LIC Housing and all that, the rates are pretty high. So there you would still make sense to switch as such. So action points step by step. Well, please check your home loan rates first. That is something which you need to be aware of, and the balance outstanding. Most likely for a lot of people, as I've spoken, the rates will be 8.5 plus, in many cases 9% plus as well. So speak to your bank to get the rate linked to repo rate and bring it down to sub 8% at least. Most of the banks are currently offering new loans in the region of 7.5 to 7.75. So if your loan rate is not below 8% after repricing, then you should be planning for a switch. Of course, specific instances might be different. So do reach out if you require any clarifications and we'll discuss more. Key takeaways, please don't ignore the loan interest rates. Your small action today of calling up the bank and paying that 2,500 plus GST or processing fee could really mean lakhs of rupees of savings over the next few years. As they say, a rupee of interest saved is a rupee earned. Well, it's weekend time plus Gauri Ganesha festival, so do take action on this item immediately and over the next 5 days. Preferably take some time off, take care of your health. Lastly, do ask your friends and family to also review their home loan rates and act accordingly. Thank you. Wish you a happy festive season. Good day.